Derek?
You expecting visitors, sir?
No, I'm off to area, the commendation ceremony.
Oh, yeah, right. You coming back afterwards?
Probably not.
Yeah, well, I'll see you tomorrow then. Have a nice time.
What's that?
Oh, that's my squib book, sir. I'm giving out rockets.
I should have got a commendation once, you know. There was this bloke in a benefit office with a shotgun, right up his trolley. And who talked him down?
Yeah, you could talk anyone down, Reg.
Yeah. Of course, mine would have been a commissioner's commendation, you know. Not the Mickey Mouse kind like Quinnan's getting. But where I saw politics, see, I never got the nod because I'm a maverick.
You're not a maverick, Hollis. You're a bum steer. You're also on 3-beat, out.
Sir?
Books, please, Garfield.
Sir?
Property lost, property found, firearms register, licensing register, books.
Yes, sir.
Keep the change, all right? Yeah.
Let me get it.
Mum, don't be silly, yeah?
All right.
Ladies?
Like I said, he was off all day. He owes me a tenner. Never again.
I thought you and Dave were mates.
Yeah, he's pushing his luck. First to the bar every time. Just a nice guy, wants to get his priorities right. Like spending his own money.
Sierra 1 from Sierra Oscar, receiving over.
Receiving.
Disturbance at 26, it's 26 Abelman House, 3rd floor, reported by Mrs. Curtis, number 27.
We're on our way. ETA 2 minutes.
Who's driving, you or me?
Down to the end and right.
Mrs. Curtis? Yeah, it's next door, number 26. Been getting worse all week.
Look, love, if it's just
Look,
for
I know
domestic...
they've had a bad time, but one of them's going to end up doing something really stupid. And it's a baby now. What's the name? Mrs. Butler? Mrs. Butler?
Wait! I'm still talking to you!
Butler?
Hey, cool it! Leave her, cat! Yeah, leave her, she's not worth it!
What's your problem, pal? Me, nothing. Everything's terrific.
Your neighbour says there's a baby in there, is that right?
She's fine, yeah?
Can we come and have a look?
I said she's fine. And we'd like a look, OK? Oh, whatever you say, number 595. I collect police numbers. Haven't got many. Just show us the baby, please. She's not a baby. She's 2.5. And her name is Gemma.
Hello, Gemma. She's fine.
I take good care of Gemma. Good care.
Fine.
You don't know who we are, do you? You don't know? Do you, 487? Butler? Right. Our son, Graham, was strangled by a lunatic, remember? Of course, that was months ago, wasn't it, eh? And you're busy people, ain't you? You got shoplifters to nick and parking on yellow lines and loads of lost dogs and stuff like that to sort out, ain't you? We only lost a kid. And we're solved, so that's all right, isn't it?
David, you found it all right then?
Yes, sir. But this is my young lady, Suzanne.
Oh, pleased to meet you.
Hello.
And this is my mum.
Hello.
Hello?
You're Inspector Munro, are you?
No, I'm Chief Superintendent Brownlow.
Oh.
You must both be very proud.
Well, catching a murderer, that's about the best you can do in this job, isn't it? I said to Dave, they can't ask more of you than that.
No, quite.
I wasn't involved in the murder inquiry myself, not after the initial search.
Lucky you.
I mean, I'm sorry if you feel you've been neglected.
Number 340. Come round. Put back Graham's stuff. In a plastic bag. Yeah, mate, we finished with these. Happy birthday. That's Graham as far as you lot are concerned.
Dramatic, really. I just ripped off my shirt, bound his arm up in it, and sat there with him till the ambulance turned up. I managed to sew it back on in the end, so I suppose it was worth it. How about you?
Oh, he caught Donald Blake, the Sunny old child killer.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, I saw a bit of evidence, put two and two together, that's all.
Mervyn the mongrel, yes? Big red dog?
Yes, that's it, sir.
Excellent work.
We do our best, sir.
His name's Dave Quinnan. He's a good copper, Alan. It was his quick thinking which helped us find the man who did this to Graham. And Jenny Price. If it weren't for him, other
We
children...
couldn't get his body. For weeks. It was like he didn't belong to us no more. None of our business. No visits, no information, nothing. You know, we only found out you caught the slime who'd done it by reading about it in the paper.
Sorry. It shouldn't happen like that, but the system...
What system? Lose someone in a mass wipeout or something, then you got a system. Train crash, something, they swarm all over you. You try having your son murdered. It's bloody lonely. Even had to play detective to find out when the court hearing was. And queue up to get in to see the man. Sat next to his daughter.
595 from Sierra Oscar, receiving over.
Receiving.
Can you state your position, please, 595?
26 Abelman House. Confirmed as a domestic. No offence disclosed. Over.
Can we expect you back on patrol shortly?
Yes, Sarge. Very shortly.
This trouble between you and your wife... Well, you weren't on the best of terms when we arrived. Were you arguing about anything in particular?
Always used to row about Graham. Old habits die hard. That's a pun.
You say you still argue about Graham. In what way?
Like, whether we should leave his bed alone or sell it?
And you want to keep it?
If that's all right with you. Might not fit into a plastic bag.
I suppose you haven't had much support from the neighbours.
What, that nosy cow next door. She's a ghoul.
What about the other side?
The heavy music. Next to them squatters. After that, they don't speak English. Oh, we're quite a little community up here.
You don't go to work, Mr. Butler?
Not since Graham had his neck wrung, no. Sorry, property number 2476 to you. Mind if I put him back on the shelf now? I've got to keep the place tidy. Back already?
Give me a phone call.
What phone call?
What do they want, anyway? Looking for stolen?
No. Concerned. The old cow rang 'em. Not enough marital bliss.
It's among the salesmen. How many were seeing this morning? 4. these guys haven't got the background.
Oh, she isn't always like this.
Defeatist.
Sometimes she ignores
Two
me.
birds with one stone. What are
Are you happy for us to go, Mrs. Butler?
I think I'd better make a start on these.
Christina.
Mrs. Butler?
Until we do get fixed up with the cutter, you'll be able to use Ruth, you know. Delegate. That's what you'll be here for. Use her.
When's she starting?
Alan, I know someone should have said this to you before, but there are victim support organisations we can put you in touch with.
Oh, yeah, we had a visit.
I thought you said...
I don't count voluntary workers. People who do it for fun.
I'm sure...
Some geezer in a woolly jumper telling me to talk about pain. I told him to stick it where the monkey puts his nuts. I don't want sympathy, right? I don't want some prat I've never met before sitting in there nodding at me. All I wanted was to be treated like I still had an interest in my son, okay? Thanks for calling.
They can get off their backsides.
Get on with life.
You can't help that sort of people, Kath. You give them the earth and they'd still bleat.
Crime solved. End of story. I think they've got cause.
If they'd taken better care of the kid, maybe he wouldn't be dead. Make a guilt complex. That's all they're suffering from.
The Prices took care of Jenny and she's dead as well. Oh, it's our attitude I'm talking about. Graham's clothes, for a start. I mean, maybe somebody should have asked them if they even wanted them back.
Should. Procedures break down. That's why Conway marches around with his little book. Anyway, I don't need one of your lectures. I didn't stick that plastic bag in Butler's hands. Hero Quinnan did.
And I suppose you would have shoved them through the letterbox.
Listen, I found Graham Butler's body. I trod on it on Canley Fields. And I was the first on scene for Jenny Price. I found her in a plastic sack. I couldn't sleep for a week. So don't pigeonhole me as a callous bastard.
Ladies and gentlemen, occasions like this are the lifeline to sanity that make the thankless lot of a DAC worthwhile. I seem to spend a lot of my time at the moment, both publicly and privately, defending the good name of the Metropolitan Police. You are my reassurance. The proof, if proof were needed, of the courage, alertness, and determination of the men and women who are the Metropolitan Police. You are the reason that the people of London can have faith and confidence in the service that we provide. For although you have been, quite rightly, singled out for honour, you are, in one sense, merely representatives of the thousands of your colleagues who, day in, day out, perform their duty with similar courage, alertness, dedication, for no other reason than it is their job. The job.
All I know is that Dave Quinnan took Graham's clothes back because the CID thought it would be a good idea. Dave had been involved in the case. They thought the Butlers might want to hear what he thought about it.
Well, he obviously wasn't in a very chatty mood.
Did you find Butler easy to talk to?
No.
No?
Congratulations, Penny.
Thank you,
It's a
sir.
fine commendation for you.
Thank you.
Fair enough.
That user one who gets his photo in the paper.
We all get their photo in the paper.
Yes, but he'll be up the front flashing that smarmy grin at me.
I'll say this for you, Tom. You certainly don't have to take things personally.
I think I'm entitled. I should be up there as well as Quinnan. I arrested Blake. I interviewed him. I deserve the award of the strong stomach for that alone.
True.
So why nothing? Brownlow could have recommended us both. Why didn't he? You were there.
It was months ago, Tom. Does it matter? DAC's commendation
Is a mark of recognition. Why Quinnan and not me?
Because Brownlow fancies him.
Come on. Why?
Look, Tom, all right, so you were disappointed when it happened. But it shouldn't be gnawing away at you like this, mate. It's not healthy. Forget it. But where's this book you were going to loan me?
You checking up on me, sir?
I'm checking up on everyone, Tom. And I'm not best pleased with what I've found elsewhere.
I trust you'll find the custody records in order, though.
Yeah, up to a point, except for Mr. Patterson.
Richard Patterson, bail on the 8th.
I know. So why haven't we got shot of his property? It's the third time I've asked, and it still hasn't been actioned. Where's the arresting officer?
PC Quinnan's at the Commendation ceremony, sir.
Yeah. If he doesn't clear it tomorrow, he'll have an official reprimand go on his file as well. Look, you sergeants have got to screw down on these procedures. Nicking people's just not enough.
Yes, sir.
Bloody Quinnan!
Easy, Tom.
Easy? He's up there taking tea with the Queen. I'm here made to look a prat because of his laziness.
All right, I'll speak to him tomorrow.
Yeah, you speak to him the way you usually do. The strokes you let him get away with, I think you must be having it off with his sister.
You're loopy, Tom. I really believe you're getting loopy.
I'd rather be loopy than a snidey little rat bag. Commendation? It's farcical. I don't know how you can look me in the face.
Not many people want to nowadays. I'll agree with you there.
Why don't you come clean? You recommended Quinnan, didn't you? Brownlow asked you for your 2 penn'orth and you gave it to him. To hell with a 20-year man. Give it to the young smart aleck.
All right. I did recommend him. For quick thinking and initiative. When did you last use any initiative, eh? Apart from digging yourself out of the mire or putting someone else in it. You're right, Tom. They do not give commendations for nitpicking, for bloody-mindedness, or for being a 24-carat pain in the arse. Because that's what I think you've become, and I'm your friend. So just judge for yourself what other people are thinking.
And what exactly would you say that this commendation means to you?
Well, it's insurance, isn't it? Makes it harder for them to give me the sack, I suppose.
Oh, Mr. Brownlow, perhaps you'd like to be in this one. I always like to do a little feature on our star commendee. Phil?
Yes, sir.
Oh, right. Mum, girlfriend, if you'd like to go through, stand on either side of David and Mr. Brownlow on the end. That's lovely. Get in nice and close together. That's it. Phil? Right. A nice, friendly little group.
Guess what? He's got form.
Who?
Butler. I've checked.
What'd you do that for?
Because I was sure he would have. 3 convictions, theft. She's been done and all, shoplifting.
And that makes it all right, does it? He can't feel grief. He stole a packet of fags when he was 18.
We've caught the murderer. Justice has been done. We don't owe these people anything. If they can't help each other...
Because they're slag, right? Well, the Prices aren't slag. They were a decent, happy family, and do you know what's happened to them? I've checked. They've split up. Their house is up for sale. More wonderful aftercare.
And that's our fault. These people have lost a child. Murdered. Gone. Even if they wanted help, what good can we really do? Or can you resurrect children? No, you can't. All you can do is make coffee.
Because he wasn't any good at passing exams and that, but he was always very sharp. And even when he was a toddler, he was very quick-witted. Well, you have to be when you're youngest of 5, don't you?
Yes, I'm sure. Good. Well, congratulations again, Quinnan.
Thank you, sir.
Early turn tomorrow?
Afraid so, sir.
Here, can we give you a lift? We've got a cab coming.
Oh, it's very kind of you, but I've got my own car. Thank you. Well, it's nice to have met you both. Goodbye.
Sir?
Oh, Dave, it was a super day.
Good.
What a pity Marcy couldn't come. Who's Marcy?
Isn't that our cab?
Sierra 1 from Sierra Oscar, receiving over.
Receiving.
Yeah, Abelman house again, Kath. Domestic disturbance. 999 call from Mrs. Butler herself. Can you go and straighten this one out a bit better?
We'll be up and down there like yo-yos now they've latched themselves on you.
We'll see you in 3 minutes, Sarge.
Don't hurry, will ya?
What's the problem now?
He's off his jump. He went through with a penknife.
Why do you do that then?
How the hell should I know? I told you he's flipped.
He's still up there.
Of course he's bloody up there.
Mr. Butler! It's the police! Mr. Butler!
Oi, you've got a key here.
Is she all right? Gemma?
Why the sudden interest in Gemma? Part of the deal, is it?
Mr. Butler? You all right, pal?
Get that bitch out.
It's you they're getting out. They're locking you up.
What, so you can have all the blood money?
It ain't blood money.
How much you selling grain for then, eh, Mum? 50 grand, is
Yeah,
it?
my conscience is clear.
You ain't got no conscience.
I was a good mother to that boy. I don't care what you say. The papers wouldn't want the story if they thought otherwise.
They want it because you're a slag. They want dirt.
dirt and blood!
What harm can it do Graham now? Tell me that, hey? Why should we live in this dump forever? Why should Gemma? Oh, you're so wonderful. What did you ever do for Graham except give him slack when he nicked your lager?
Right.
You ignored him, and the other half you were legless! And now you've woken up when it's too late! Don't take it out on me! My conscience is clear!
You understand why you've been arrested, Mr. Butler? We can't just shrug our shoulders at the use of a knife. If your wife decides to press the matter, we're looking at a charge of actual bodily harm. It's fortunate for you the officer intervened. Otherwise, it could have been attempted murder.
Thanks for the information, 5-4.
It ain't blood money. Like the bloke from the paper said, maybe it can do some good. It's a warning to people who read it. Graham's dead. You gotta take what you can get in this life.
To David Patrick Quinnan. Yeah. For alertness and use of initiative whilst pulling the crumpet.
Don't spill beer all over that. I've got in my bedroom wall.
Talking of which, no Suzanne tonight?
No.
Well done, mate. Hello, 340.
Right, so listen, what do you want to drink then, eh?
I'll have my tenner back for starters.
Yeah, what tenner? I paid you back.
No, you never.
Oi, come on, leave it out. It's Dave's night. Come on, I'll get you a drink. Pint of lager top for Smiler, please, love. Where's Kev?
Doing the butler's housework, I expect.
How's Butler?
He stopped crying. Still, now he's in the system good and proper, at least he'll get some help, won't he? Like Donald Blake.
Going to the pub?
You must be joking.
My treat.
I'll buy my own, thanks. Not in the grapes, either.
Is this still Dave Quinnan? Tom, you are not hurting anyone but yourself. Now look. Is it asking so much for you to be just a little magnanimous? Just this once?
I can be magnanimous, but I don't like pretending. I don't fit in here anymore. Not with you or anyone else. I'm out of step. So I'll drink where I like. You can go and be mates with the lads.